August 13th, just a few weeks ago, Ray McGovern, former top CIA analyst, was on the broadcast. He was Ronald Reagan and George Herbert Walker Bush's #1 morning briefer. Some days a week, 6 days a week, he would brief him, sometimes 7. He would travel with him. A top analyst, combat veteran, Vietnam, you name it, served for 40 years. And he said the majority of the analysts they've talked to, he's written articles on this, say that this could easily lead to nuclear war with Russia, that they will launch on warning because the missiles being brought in. Me not wanting nuclear war, or you not wanting it, is not some endorsement of everything Russia does. It's just that George Soros and the globalists are destabilizing our allies. Italy and Spain and Portugal and Ireland and Greece. I mean, they're just engaged in every evil you can imagine. They will come in and raid U.S. companies. They'll raid pension funds here. Warren Buffett's betting against the dollar right now with Soros moving our few jobs. We can't even have administrative jobs for Burger King here. They're bad people. This isn't the U.S. government, is my point. We've been captured. They want to capture Russia now. To do that, they've got to grab their key port. And that's in the Black Sea, right there in Ukraine, in Crimea. And that's why I've been obsessing on this for 2.5 hours. I don't usually cover one topic this much. I've covered some other stories as well. But it's just that this is really bad. It's kind of like you go to a car lot and they got 5 cars. They're all bad. This is the worst one. It's not saying Putin's good. It's not saying China's good. It's not saying Iran's good. It's just the people that are running our country are crazy. Let's go to Ray McGovern a few weeks ago on the broadcast as we ended our talk, talking about what would happen if this continues. I mean, somebody's got to restrain these people because it looks like they're asleep at the switch. I mean, I think we've really reached, stick a fork in us, a decadence level in the ruling class where they're off playing golf, Ray. I don't think they even know what they're doing.
Well, it's true, you know, and it's the old syndrome, Alex. You know, I've often wondered what people do with their second million or their third million. I mean, there's an insatiable appetite for collecting or grabbing more. Now, I think you're right. This is going to reach a no-good end, as the Chinese are fond of saying, but people don't realize this. And Obama is really pretty much a tool in their hands. So if you're Putin, how are you going to react when what happens is this missile defense system? Now, that's the biggest corporate welfare project in the country's history. It'll never work, but can the Russians depend on that? Of course not. And so what are they doing? They're putting it on ships. They're putting it in the Black Sea, and they're targeting ICM bases within Russia. That's trouble. So if you're worried about a first strike, what are you going to do at the first hint that it's coming?
You're going to launch.
Launch on warning, and we're all going to be dead, Alex.
And we're all going to be dead, Alex. That is the guy that briefed Ronald Reagan every morning. That's who Ronald Reagan talked to 5, 6, 7 times a week. That's who George Herbert Walker Bush wanted to come in and brief him. The analyst who studied everything. I don't need to be a CIA analyst to know how dangerous this is. I understand, I saw it in the news this morning that, what's Hannah Montana's name now? Miley Cyrus, yeah, that's really important. Miley Cyrus had some reality show where she dated a bum, and it turns out he's got a criminal record or something. Let's report on that. Actually, I kind of wish I did report on that. Joan Rivers was having surgery on her throat, stopped breathing. Talk about a hallmark of the decadent narcissistic society. She's an 80-something-year-old woman that looks like she has a rubber mask on. And it's all just vapid and empty and, oh, dear, and her daughter jumping around. I mean, don't you know this elite's going to make some mistakes? We're going to end up having a nuclear war. Don't we just look and act like a country begging for it? 50 3 million babies have been aborted in this country since Roe v. Wade. It's 54 million, actually. It just went up. Keep giving an old number. And you know whose fault that is? Vladimir Putin's. And again, Fast and Furious, Vladimir Putin's fault. Obamacare, Vladimir Putin's fault. Open borders, Vladimir Putin's fault. You guessed it. Our dollar being devalued, you guessed it, Vladimir Putin's fault. So I'm a patriotic American. I say we launch nukes on Russia right now. It will show them Ruskers. Yeah, you show them, Obama. You get in there and you slap that Ruski around. You show him who's boss.
You are watching the best of the Alex Jones Show, weekdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central. Watch live at Infowars.com/show or become a member of InfoWarsNews.com and help us take resistance to the next level.